Sarah Michelle Prinze is an American actress and producer. In 1983, she made her acting debut in the made-for-TV movie An Invasion of Privacy and went on to appear in Spenser, for Hire and Crossbow. Gellar had her first lead part in 1992's miniseries Swans Crossing and originated the role of Kendall Hart on the ABC daytime soap opera All My Children, winning the 1995 Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Younger Actress in a Drama Series. Gellar came to prominence in the late 1990s, landing roles in 1997's horror films I Know What You Did Last Summer and Scream 2. She portrayed Buffy Summers on the UPN TV series Buffy the Vampire Slayer, for which she won 16 Choice Awards, the Saturn Award for Best Genre TV Actress and received a Golden Globe Award nomination for Best Actress a Euro Television Series Drama. She also gained recognition for her performances as Kathryn Merteuil in Cruel Intentions and Daphne Blake in Scooby-Doo. After Buffy ended, Gellar starred in the films Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed, The Grudge, and The Grudge 2. She had the starring role in the television drama series Ringer, from 2011 to 2012. Gellar starred in the CBS television sitcom The Crazy Ones alongside Robin Williams from 2013 until it was cancelled in May 2014. Early life: Sarah Michelle Gellar was born on April 14, 1977 in New York City. She is the only child of Rosalind, a nursery school teacher, and Arthur Gellar, a garment worker. Both of her parents were Jewish, though Gellar's family had a Christmas tree during her childhood holidays. In 1984, when she was 7, her parents divorced and she was raised by her mother on the city's Upper East Side. She was a student at Birchworth and Lennox School and graduated from Fiorello LaGuardia High School of the Performing Arts in 1995. In an early 2000s interview, talking about not having a father figure in her early life, she remarked, "I might have been an immaculate conception. You never know. My father, you can just say, is not in the picture. I'm not being deliberately evasive about him, it's just that there's so little to say. He is not a person who exists in my life. Just because you donate sperm does not make you a father. I don't have a father. I would never give him the credit to acknowledge him as my father." Early career: at 4, she was spotted by an agent in a restaurant in Uptown Manhattan. 2 weeks later, she auditioned for a part in An Invasion of Privacy, a television film starring Valerie Harper, Carol Kane and Jeff Daniels. At the audition, Gellar read both her own lines and those of Harper, impressing the directors enough to cast her in the role. She subsequently appeared in a controversial television commercial for Burger King, in which her character criticized McDonald's and claimed to eat only at Burger King. This led to a lawsuit by McDonald's that banned her from eating at McDonald's for life. As a child, Gellar modeled for magazines. Gellar appeared in TV series such as Spenser, For Hire and Crossbow, and had minor roles in the films Funny Farm and High Stakes. She appeared in the young teen girl talk show Girl Talk. In 1991, she appeared as a young Jacqueline Bouvier in the TV movie A Woman Named Jackie. Gellar's first major acting work came in 1992, when she starred in the serial Swans Crossing and was subsequently cast in the soap opera All My Children, playing Kendall Hart, the long-lost daughter of character Erica Kane. In 1995, at the age of 18, she won a Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Younger Actress in a Drama Series for the role. Gellar left All My Children in 1995. Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Breakthrough. Gellar landed the lead in the 1997 TV series Buffy the Vampire Slayer, playing a teenager burdened with the responsibility of fighting a number of mystical foes, mostly vampires. She was screen-tested 11 times. The show was well received by critics and audiences. It had 7 seasons and 144 episodes. Gellar sang during the Buffy the Vampire Slayer musical episode Once More, with Feeling, which spawned an original cast album. She first had her major film role in the popular slasher film I Know What You Did Last Summer. She was cast as Helen Shiver, an aspiring beauty actress. Washington Post found her likable. The film was successful at the box office, grossing $125,586,134 around the globe and earned Gellar a Blockbuster Entertainment Award for Favorite Supporting Actress, a Euro Horror and a MTV Movie Award nomination for Best Breakthrough Performance. As a result, the film has been parodied and referenced in popular culture. Gellar got a role in the teen horror Scream 2, in which she portrayed Sissy Cooper, a sorority sister and film fan. She signed on to Scream 2 without having read the script, on the basis of the success of the first film. The film gained acclaim and earned an impressive $172,363,301. With her recent work at the time, she cemented her It Girl status with her first appearance on the Most Beautiful list by People magazine. In 1998, she appeared in one episode of Saturday Night Live and went on to host the show 2 more times until 2002. She also provided the voice of the Gwendy doll in Small Soldiers, a commercial success with mixed feedback. After making a cameo appearance in the romantic comedy She's All That, Gellar had the starring role in Simply Irresistible, film that premiered in early 1999. The film opened to negative reviews and did not do well at the box office. She admitted in an interview having regrets for her choice to work in the film. Simply Irresistible was just a bad choice, and for that, it was a great learning experience. I wasn't ready to make that movie. I was too young. The script was not ready. I knew in my heart before I left to make it that I should back out. Cruel Intentions, a modern-day retelling of Les Liaisons Dangereuses, featured a kiss between Gellar and co-star Selma Blair that won the Best Kiss Award at the 2000 MTV Movie Awards. This film was a modest hit at the box office, grossing over $38 million in the United States and over $75 million worldwide, and earned several awards and nominations. Critic Roger Ebert stated that Gellar and co-star Ryan Phillip develop a convincing emotional charge, and that Gellar is effective as a bright girl who knows exactly how to use her act as a tramp. Gellar's roles show her versatility as an actress, and many were surprised to see her playing a brunette cocaine addict with an appetite for manipulating and using people. Her performance was praised by a number of critics, including Rob Blackalder for Splash Dwyer, who wrote about the dazzling performance by Sarah Michelle Gellar, who plunges headlong into the lascivious malevolence that makes Kathryn so delightfully wicked. Around that time, she guest-starred in 3 episodes of Angel and appeared as Debbie in the HBO series Sex and the City episode Escape from New York. Gellar subsequently was casted a lead role in James Toback's independent Harvard Man, as a mobster's daughter, to mixed reviews at its premiere. Filmcritic.com found Gellar's performance memorable along with cast's. 2 sex scenes with Gellar helped her shed her good girl image along with 1999's Cruel Intentions. In 2002, Gellar portrayed Daphne Blake in Scooby-Doo, which received negative reviews but grossed $275,650,703 worldwide, making it the 15th most successful film worldwide of 2002. Gellar won the Teen Choice Award in the category of Choice Movie Actress, Comedy. During her growing film career, Gellar continued work on the television series Buffy the Vampire Slayer. However, she decided to leave the show after the 7th season. When asked why, she explained, "This isn't about leaving for a career in movies, or in theatre, it's more of a personal decision. I need a rest." Shortly after the show's end, Gellar stated that she had no interest in appearing in a Buffy feature film, but that she will consider it if the script is good enough. She did not appear in the final season of Angel, causing the intended episode to be rewritten for the character of Cordelia Chase. Gellar has said that she was willing to appear in the episode, but scheduling conflicts and family problems prevented it. Another actress, Giselle Loren, voiced Buffy for an animated series based on the show, which never aired, and the various Buffy video games. In her feature in Esquire magazine, Gellar expressed her pride for her work on Buffy. "I truly believe that it is one of the greatest shows of all time and it will go down in history as that. And I don't feel that that is a cocky statement. We changed the way that people looked at television." Gellar's likeness is used in the comic continuation of the series. Focus on films and hiatus. After the end of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Gellar provided her voice for the character Gina Vendetti in the Simpson episode The Wandering Jobby that aired in March 2004. Her next film was Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed. The movie received negative reviews but was a commercial success, grossing $181,466,833 around the globe. In that year, she appeared in the horror film The Grudge, which was also a hit with a $187,281,115 worldwide gross. Gellar received praise for her role of Karen Davis, and many critics referenced her performance as the reason for the film's success. She then received a MTV Movie Award nomination for Best Frightened Performance as well as a nomination for the Teen Choice Award for Choice Movie Actress, Thriller for the part of Karen. In 2005, she had a voiceover role in an episode of the animated television series Robot Chicken. Since then, Gellar has voiced several other characters, in a total of 12 episodes of the show, as of 2013. Gellar appeared in the sequel The Grudge 2, which opened in October 2006. In the film, she had a supporting role reprising her character from the first film. Upon her appearance, she received mixed reviews due to the character's surprise death upsetting many fans. Although not being as successful as the first installment, the movie was a modest commercial hit that premiered at number 1 at the box office, garnering $22 million in its opening weekend. Gellar next appeared in the thriller The Return, which was released the following month and in which she played a businesswoman haunted by memories of her childhood and the mysterious death of a young woman. The movie was marketed as a horror movie and many including critics were surprised to find The Return was, as Raftel said, just a murder mystery with a few supernatural elements. The movie pulled in a disappointing $4,800,000 weekend gross with little promotion. Gellar then lent her voice to the animated film Happily Ever After, which was universally panned by critics and unsuccessful at the box office. However, her next animated movie, TMNT, was a commercial success, grossing over $95 million while it received a mixed reception. Her project, Richard Kelly's thriller Southland Tales, opened at the Cannes Film Festival in May 2006 and came out in a limited release in the US on November 9, 2007, garnering divided reviews. Gellar had met with Kelly and was drawn to the original ideas in his script for the movie. Suburban Girl and The Air I Breathe in which Gellar starred was screened at the 2007 Tribeca Film Festival. Suburban Girl was released direct-to-DVD in January 2008. It was described as a blend of Sex and the City and The Devil Wears Prada, and a pseudo-sophisticated romantic comedy according to Variety.com. Her on-screen chemistry with Alec Baldwin was either criticized or praised, with iForFilm commenting, "A film works best when Baldwin and Gellar are together aside from the fact that Gellar seriously needs to eat a bun or two." Film website MovieAPictureAFilm.com stated Gellar and Baldwin both give wonderful performances and make their chemistry incredibly real and ultimately, quite heartbreaking. Containing a ton of laughs and killer fashion that could give The Devil Wears Prada a run for its money, this movie has something uncommon in most romantic comedies, tons of style and a huge heart. The Air I Breathe premiered theatrically the same month in a limited release to generally poor reviews. The New York Times called it a gangster movie with delusions of grandeur. However, Gellar's performance was praised by a number of critics. DVD Talk Review noted that her character here has the deepest emotional arc, and she hits all the right notes. Gellar had the starring role in the psychological thriller Possession. Due to financial problems at YARI Film Group, the movie had a range of release dates in the US between 2008 and 2009, and it was ultimately released straight to video in March 2010. However, Possession had theatrical openings in various countries such as Argentina, Ecuador and Mexico, gaining $682,173. Gellar also starred in Veronica Decides to Die. The film tells the story of a young woman suffering from severe depression who rediscovers the joy in life when she finds out that she only has days to live following a suicide attempt. Filming of the movie began on May 12, 2008, in New York City and finished in late June. It was reported that Kate Bosworth was previously attached to the project. The movie and Gellar herself received acclaim, and Veronica was theatrically opened in limited release in several countries throughout 2009 and grossed over $1.3 million worldwide. At that time, her daughter Charlotte Grace Prinze was born, and Gellar took a rest from film roles in order to spend time with her child. Television work. In 2011, Gellar signed on to star and work as executive producer for a new drama titled Ringer, in which she plays a woman on the run who manages to hide by living the life of her wealthy twin sister. The show was originally made for CBS but was picked up by its sister channel The CW in May 2011. Gellar has stated that part of her decision to return to a television series was because it allows her to both work and raise her daughter. The series premiered with mixed positive reviews. Online wrote that Gellar was awesome and fantastic. TV Line remarked she does a fine job as both characters, and USA Today found her performance well defined. The first episode brought high rating for the network, however, after a decline in ratings and viewership from the 3-month hiatus over the holiday break, the CW announced the cancellation of Ringer. On August 4, 2011, Gellar confirmed she would be returning as a guest star on the ABC soap opera All My Children before the show's ending in September, but not as Kendall Hart. Her air date was September 21, 2011. She portrayed a patient at Pine Valley Hospital. She tells Maria Santos that Pine Valley is familiar to her, and that she is Erica Kane's daughter. She also states that she saw vampires before they became trained, a reference to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Gellar then guest-starred in the American Dad episode Virtual Insanity, which aired on November 20, 2011 and brought in 4.82 million viewers. Her former Buffy co-star Allison Hannigan also made a voiceover role in the episode, receiving positive reviews. The Avenue Club called Gellar and Hannigan effective guest stars, and that both have voices with enough personality to fit their characters. Gellar provided her voice again for the December 6, 2012 episode of the show. On February 15, 2013, it was reported that Gellar would return to television with a pilot for CBS entitled The Crazy Ones opposite Robin Williams. The show is a single-camera comedy, about an advertising agency run by a father and his daughter. The series aired at 9/8 on Thursday nights, beginning September 26, 2013 until April 17, 2014. For which he won a People's Choice Award for Favorite Actress in a New TV Series. Media personality, Gellar has appeared on the covers of Cosmopolitan, Glamour, FHM, Rolling Stone, and other magazines. She was featured in the annual Maxim Hot 100 list in 2002, 2003, 2005, and 2008, and in FHM's 100 Sexiest Women of 2005. She was voted number 1 in the magazine's 1999 edition. Gellar has appeared in Got Milk ads as well as in the Stone Temple Pilots music video Sour Girl, and Marcy Playground music video Coming Up From Behind. In 2007, she was ranked number 54 on FHM Hot 100 list and was a celebrity spokesperson for Maybelline. Wearing a black lace brassiere, she was on the cover of the December 2007 issue of Maxim magazine and was named Maxim magazine's 2009 Woman of the Year. In 2009 she ranked in the top 5 of the Maxim Hot 100 list. She was also featured in Google's Top 10 Women searches of 2002 and 2003, coming in at number 8, and featured in UK Channel 4's 100 Greatest Sex Symbols in 2007, ranked at number 16. Roles like Buffy and Cruel Intentions made her a sex symbol across the globe. Gellar featured in FHM's German, Dutch, South African, Danish and Romanian editions 100 Sexiest Women lists every year from 1998 onwards. TopSocialite.com listed her as the 8th sexiest woman of the 90s along with Alicia Silverstone, Gillian Anderson, and Shannon Doherty. Other appearances and listings include, Entertainment Weekly ranked her in its top 100 TV icons in 2007, Entertainment Weekly ranked her number 3 in its top 12 entertainers of the year in 1998, and Glamour ranked her in its 50 best-dressed women in the world 2004 and 2005 at number 17 and number 24. Buddy TV ranked her number 27 on TV's 100 Sexiest Women of 2011 list. In 2007, Gellar was featured in Vaseline's Skin is Amazing campaign, with other actors such as Hilary Duff, Amanda Bynes, and John Leguizamo. Gellar graced the cover of Gotham and featured as their main story in the March 2008 issue, in which she spoke about how passing 30 has evolved her style. Gellar said, "It sounds cliché copyright D, but when women turn 30, they find themselves. You become more comfortable in your own skin. Last night on Letterman, I wore this skin-tight Heath Ledger dress. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I would never have worn it." Personal life, family. Gellar met her future husband Freddie Prinze, Jr. during filming of the 1997 teen horror film I Know What You Did Last Summer, but the two did not begin dating until 2000. They were engaged in April 2001 and married in Mexico on September 1, 2002 in a ceremony officiated by Adam Shankman, a film director and choreographer with whom Gellar had worked on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Gellar's bridesmaid was her closest friend of many years, Lindsay Sloane. Prinze and Gellar also played each other's respective love interests as Fred and Daphne in the 2002 film Scooby-Doo and its sequel, Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed. In 2004, while filming The Grudge in Japan, Gellar visited the Japanese swordsmith Shoji Yoshara and bought a katana from him as a birthday present for her husband. Gellar learned that she needed clearance from the Japanese government to remove the sword from the country and, after eventually succeeding, stated that it was incredibly difficult to do. Gellar and Prinze have 2 children together, daughter Charlotte Grace Prinze, and son Rocky James Prinze. The family lives in Los Angeles, California. Interests and activities: Gellar is an active advocate for various charities, including breast cancer research, Project Angel Food, Habitat for Humanity, and CARE. Of her charitable pursuits, she says, "I started because my mother taught me a long time ago that even when you have nothing, there's ways to give back. And what you get in return for that is tenfold. But it was always hard because I couldn't do a lot. I couldn't do much more than just donate money when I was on the show because there wasn't time. And now that I have the time, it's amazing." In May 2011, Gellar joined the Nestlé Copyright Share the Joy of Reading program, which aims to promote the importance of reading to the development of young children and to encourage them to continue reading over the summer break. Filmography, awards and nominations, references. External links: Sarah Michelle Gellar at the Internet Movie Database, interview with Sarah Michelle Gellar for The Grudge at Dark Horizon.